secret is staying and observing. And my word, he is in such good condition. He really is doing well for himself. I'm so proud of him. And certainly his eyes are quite pale still, which is unusual for a leopard. Usually they do have yellow eyes. But I wonder if he picked up those pale eyes from his father, who's supposed to be Mvula, and he also has very pale eyes. Absolutely stunning. Something tells me he is going to be quite a sought after mate for the girls. But he'll have to start competing with the other males in the area, and for the time being he doesn't need to think about that. Hi Carolyn from Chicago, welcome on board this morning. Carolyn wants to know, did he lose all the kill from the tree? And no, I can still see some of the kill. I think it was just a couple of legs that must have worked loose. I don't think there was too much that dropped, but I think it's because there was a couple of legs. It just sounded more, but there's still some meat up there. That's why I'm quite happy that they did get a little bit of a tidbit. But amazing how quickly they located him. But I do wonder if there was a den fairly close by. Can you still see them? I think he was looking at them just now, but I'm just wondering if they have moved away. But with him still sitting on the branch, I think they might still be in the area. No, he's still watching. I think they must just be just out of sight for us. Hi Valerie. From Pennsylvania, welcome on board Valerie. Valerie wants to know, do the hyenas meet up every night or do they have nights apart? And how far do they go? And it depends on where the food is. And the clan, I'm not sure how big the clan is here. I think the most we ever saw was, I think it was probably about 10 individuals. But they could reach 50 in strength apparently. They could even reach 100 further north in Africa. So it's not likely they all meet up together. They might have little breakaway groups, probably mothers and daughters will go out foraging together. They can go out foraging by themselves. As I say, the two that met up here would certainly be from the same clan. But they could cover a number of Ks in search of food. It could be that they get the scent fairly close by their home, in which case they'll sit and wait. So it's a wonder how long this spotted hyena was waiting this morning. It looked like it was pretty well settled in for the morning. So it could well have found it last night and then just waited. Or it could have caught the scent first thing this morning. And I say they just wait until the cat has left. Hi, Linda in Ohio. Linda would like to know if it made a noise, do you think it would scare the hyenas away? And he was certainly showing his teeth and snarling a little bit, and the hyenas weren't too impressed with it. But I think, you know, if you actually jump down and really put some attitude behind it, I think these hyenas are young enough that they would actually scarper. But as I say, he's a 2-year-old, they're young as well, 3 to 4 years old, and they're both unsure of themselves. That's what makes it quite an interesting sighting. But as I say, leopards, they are solitary hunters, so if they do get injured, yeah, I think they must have moved on. But if they do get injured, that could mean the difference between life and death for them. So quite often that's why leopards will just rather go and sit in a tree and wait it out. And you can see he's come down now. I think they do find it a little bit more comfortable on the ground. It's a nice sandy patch there. And as I say, I think they have gone now. Thought I heard a little bit of a rustle just to the left. But maybe, you know, if we had an older leopard, okay, a few people asking what bird was in the background. Sally and a few other people, I think. I think you might have missed me saying that the hyenas ibis were flying over. I think they were. They certainly did fly over and call. But the woodlands kingfisher is calling now in the background. Oh, Alice. Alice was asking about the hyenas as well. You can hear the Birchall's cuckoo just calling now, which we were lucky enough to see in the trees yesterday. Well, I think that's the excitement over for now, at least. Maybe the hyenas are happy with what they found and left the area and left this little one. But as I say, I think if we had an older seasoned leopard, maybe in Vula himself, it would have been interesting to see how he would have handled the 2 young hyena. And quite often the animals do seem to pick up on how the other animal is reacting. And as I say, I think if you've got attitude in the bush, that does count for quite a lot. I know the honey badger is quite small, but a lot of animals fear it because it just walks with attitude, and it's just... it really does just put that whole thing into perspective. You know, we've actually heard of honey badgers, especially in captivity, treeing lions just because of their attitude that they walk with. And they're quite quick and nippy. And I think it just unnerves the lions somewhat. But again, the numbers plays a big role as well. So if there's 2 or 3 to 1, then again, the 1 is likely to come off second best. So each scenario is different. But as I say, I'd love to have seen Mvula and see if he would have handled it differently, or whether he would have sat in the tree as well. Because as I say, if they do become injured, then it really could mean the difference between life and death. If that injury slows them down, they can no longer hunt. so they could end up starving. Although they could also change their strategy and start scavenging from other carnivores. That is a possibility to stay alive, eating insects and small rodents and things like that. But if the injury is bad enough, it could mean that death sentence for them, and that's why they will try and avoid conflict. Same with the cheetah. Cheetah unfortunately loses a lot of its kills because it is at the bottom of the food chain, carnivore-wise. So anything can come and force a cheetah from its kill. Even jackal, if there's enough jackal, they can actually force a cheetah from its kill. And again, if the cheetah has, even a slight injury, because it relies on the speed, again, that could mean life and death. It could be. It is that thin of a knife's edge. It really is. And if they do have that injury, it slows them down. They can no longer catch anything. It is just signing their death warrant. It really is. And I assume you're talking about her recent litter, because we do have the quarantine male who's on screen now, and he's one of Karula's cubs from her 4th litter, and that was the previous litter. We're not sure if she has any more cubs at this stage. Unfortunately, hyenas did take one of her cubs from this litter that she's just had. We're not sure if she had any more. Usually she has 2. But they can have sometimes 3, sometimes even 4, I've heard. But the usual is about 3 or 2. Just seeing if we can get another view of him. But I think let's leave him to it. We've had a wonderful sighting with him. I hope you guys have enjoyed it.